Hi guys. All right, so this week I wanted to talk to you about something that I saw, and I just wanted to give you my thoughts on the things that I saw. And I've dealt with these things in my personal life a couple of times, not in these particular situations, but in some other situations. So I was looking at the show called Evil Lives Here. It comes on the channel Discovery ID, and I have the subscription through Amazon Prime, through Discovery Plus. But anyway, so I was watching a few episodes where people recount their times living with a person who has committed like really, really bad crimes. I mean, heinous crimes. I'm talking about murder, abuse, all kinds of things, where they saw the signs of this person, like the defendant or whatever, of all the things that they did or were going to do in the future, but they tried to not see them, or they wouldn't believe that they were capable of being able to do the things that, you know, they were going to eventually do. And I just wanted to talk about that for a minute, for a few minutes with you guys, because you probably dealt with someone who have the capabilities, or we've seen the signs in someone, and of anything, maybe not a heinous crime or nothing like that. Cause I've had my run-in with someone who was capable of something extremely heinous. And I feel like I maybe have saw the signs, but I was just like, I don't know, and I got what I got though. I'll talk about it. I was just say the R word by this person. And because YouTube doesn't like for people to use the R word. So, but I was sexually assaulted, I'll say that, by this person. And I had gotten to know this person for a few months and gained my trust by using his child. And so they knew I had a soft spot for children, and gained my trust, gained all kinds of things by using the child, by saying that the child had been through the same things that I had been through as a child. And that's how they gained my trust. And so you have to be careful as a person if you've been through any kind of sexual assaults or any kind of, physical or, abuse or anything like that, because people will try to use those things against you. So be careful with who you're telling your secrets to, because people will try to use that against you. And, so that's why I'm very, very selective in who I talk to about personal things. But anyway, so back to this show. So everybody always saw the signs of whatever. And some people were saying, like, when the people were small, because it usually were siblings, or it was like a parent who would abuse their parent, their mom or something. So it'd be like a child watching their dad beat their mom or something like that, or vice versa. Or it'd be a sibling and have an older sibling who would torture the family's pets or neighborhood animals, or try to blackmail the other siblings in the home. It was just a lot of things. And so they always had signs that, this person could be psychotic, narcissistic, or, any kind of whatever. And so there's always signs. So when you see a sign, you need to always take that first red flag and be like, hold it, and you need to, not say run off with it, but you need to pay some attention to it. And you need to, really think about it and talk to someone else outside of whatever. I ain't talking about the first person you see, but somebody with some sense, and talk to somebody so you can make sure you're not overthinking, or make sure you're not stupid. Because a lot of times, especially when the heart is involved, we are very, very quick to not want to see things because we want what we want. We want to be in a relationship. We want to be with somebody, or we want to love somebody. We don't want our family to be crazy. We don't want our family to be doing us wrong. You know what I'm saying? So we're just like, oh no, that's not there. And it is even, one of the episodes, there was a parent where this mother, her child went from a sweet little boy to a mass murderer. And she was just like, she had to end up turning him in. She was like, I just did not want that to be my child, but it was. But there had been signs all along. And a lot of times, and I hated to say it, and all these people said the same thing, they hated it that they enabled them to do all the stuff they did. They didn't make them do the stuff they did, but they enabled them because they did not stop the behavior when they first saw the signs. When they first saw that they were, harming the family pets, that they were doing stuff, being sneaky and underhanded. When one sibling would say something to the parent brushed it off. Oh, it's just them being whoever. No. Tap that behind. Get them in line. Because I was like, there's no way my child is going to throw a knife and hit my other child and just about to, take their whole hand off, and I'm not going to whoop their behind. No, you're going to get tore up today. And then I'm not going to let nobody else have, all the knives have been put up and locked up. We just have to do a new normal in this house. You're not going to have any more access to knives, nothing. Because now I don't trust you no more. If you can just pick up and throw a knife at somebody because you got mad about somebody will let you hold a remote or something stupid. And so, when there are signs, you have to, think different. You have to act differently. And none of these people did anything. None of them really acted on it. And then one guy, when he was a little boy, he said he told a few adults the stuff he was seeing. He was going with his father when his dad was committing these murders. He wouldn't see his dad do any of the murders, but he was with him. His dad would tell him, sit in the car, I'll be right back. And then he would do the murders, and he would just have seen the person alive that he murdered. And then he was like, one time he went to a garage sale or something like that with his dad. He wanted something he saw at the garage sale, and the lady wouldn't negotiate with him on the price. He took the boy home, came back. The man killed the lady, went back and got his son. He was like, come on, help me get this thing that you wanted or whatever. Didn't think nothing of it. A couple days later, he looking at the news, the woman dead. He was like, he put two and two together. Oh, he probably killed her. And it just was like, and so he was like, he told one of his relatives, I think my dad is killing these people that keep showing up, because every time it's the people y'all showing on the people he's seeing on the news dead, he know for a fact his daddy was there. So when you know something, act on it, or you have an inkling that something is off, you better do something. You better say something, because I'm telling you, like my dear departed ex used to say all the time, it's too late. It's too late. But, I just was thinking, when you're in situations, because we were talking about domestic violence a lot in a lot of these situations, and domestic violence is not an easy thing to get out of. It's really not. And it's very sad, because power control is a very big part of domestic violence. I mean, that's the greatest hold they have over their victims, is the controller. They like to control what you do. Like this one guy, first of all, he was 21 years old and he was attracted to a 15-year-old. That should have been your first clue. But when you're 15 years old, you have the mindset that, I'm just trying to break free from my parents' rules. That's the mindset you have. You don't want to do what your mom and dad are telling you to do because you trying to be grown. You trying to be independent. And, you know, this one particular person, she was like, she had a baby at 15. You already hiding it behind. Already, apparently. And now you met this 21-year-old man and he telling you everything you want to hear. And now he's starting to tell you, when your mama find out that this man is interested in you, she telling you to stay away from him. But oh no, when he find out that's what your mama said, now all of a sudden, stop listening to your parents. Stop listening to your parents. And then number 2 is, you're going to marry me. Not, will you marry me? You're going to marry me. So it's about power control. As soon as she married him, he put locks on the door where he would lock her in and she couldn't get out. And it didn't make her a key. So he locked her in the house, all around the house, all the doors in the house. He locked her in there. She couldn't get out. So there's different things. So, you know, there's so many things, but so many ways where people can't get out. And I just, you know, I never want to speak bad on people who are in domestic violence situations because, you know, thank you, Jesus, I've never been in a domestic violence situation. I've been in a situation where I've been sexually abused. I've been sexually violated, but I haven't been in a situation where it was like I've been dating somebody, or, you know, I was living with a man and he was beating on me. I've never had that. I've never been in that situation. But I used to work in a domestic violence shelter, and I used to see the hold that these people had on these women and sometimes men. And what used to get me was sometimes they had so many trauma bonds on, and trauma bonds are when you feel like you're so connected to your person that's hurting you or controlling you, who's put the trauma on you. You're so connected to them, so bonded to them by this trauma, that you're willing to do anything for them, whether it's not telling on them, not reporting when they beat you up, where basically if the police are called during a domestic violence situation, you won't press charges, or you get taken out of your situation, but you still go back, you know, things like that. Those are trauma bonds. You know, where, you know, say if it was a pimp or something like that, you're calling them daddy, and you can't stop doing it. It's a never ending cycle with that same person. You're just bonded to them. That's a trauma bond. So, and things like that. But I would see that all the time. And then when they were in the shelter, they would try to sneak the men to the shelter. And I'm like, boo, no ma'am. You can't do that. And we would have to call the police, and then it would be a fight. And then the men would try to fight the people who worked there, try to fight us. And I'm like, bruh, I ain't like that. I'm not that weak person, because you would catch a fade in here. Seriously. I'll pick up everything I can and tear you down. You know, so it was a lot of that. But I just, you know, for anybody that's going through domestic violence, let me tell you something. You need to make an escape plan, and you need to tell it to somebody that you trust. And I mean someone that you absolutely trust with your life. And do not let your perpetrator know. Don't let your perpetrator know. If your perpetrator knows, you might as well tell them straight to their face. You know what I'm saying? So tell somebody that you can absolutely trust. Give them a secret code, like whatever you want it to be, some kind of secret word or whatever. And if something pop off at the house, that can be the word. You can pick up the phone. If you don't say nothing but that word, and hang up, or just let the phone lay there or whatever. But if they hear that word, they know they need to put into action whatever y'all have discussed prior to. And they can just be like, all right, I done heard this word. I know I need to call 911, get the police on the way. Because a lot of times that's the issue. They can never make it to the phone. They can't do this and that. I can't. You need to have an escape route, have a plan together. Because what if you do get the opportunity to get away? What would you do? A lot of these people, that's all they talk about. Well, if, you know, the one lady, she was saying, oh, well, I wouldn't even know what to do if I could have gotten away. Think about that. Of all the things you can think about what would you do if you could get away? Have a plan together. Have a bag ready somewhere where, you know, if you got a child or children or whatever, throw a few things in there so you can get on out of there. But I'm telling you, sitting there and just taking things and letting this person whoop up on you and letting your kids see you getting whooped up on, that is not the move. Get out of there. When you see that first sign, that's the first thing you need to do. The first sign of aggression, the first sign of they trying to control you beyond, you know, it's one thing y'all having a debate. Somebody having a simple argument or whatever. That's normal. Everybody has simple arguments. When somebody yelling at you, degrading you, calling you everything but a child of God, no. Get out of there. We're not going to do that. Nobody does that. They always going for your jugular, and I don't mean physically now, but they always going for your secrets. They always got to bring up everything you done told them in confidence. They always got to bring that up. That is not right. That's a form of control. You need to leave them alone. So just things like that. Now, I know I'm jumping from thing to thing, but I'm just trying to think of things that I saw today. These are my thoughts. That's all it is. So just be careful. And if you're going through any of this is the only thing I can tell you is to be ready and have a plan. And if, like I said, at the first sign of control or any kind of somebody don't seem right, get out of there. Don't wait to see what's going to happen next. Don't do that. Because waiting to see what's going to happen next, it's going to go from something small to something so big, mollywopped. That's what's going to happen next. I guarantee you. Abusers do not start out, slamming you against the counter to slamming you against the couch. They go from slamming you against the counter to backhanding you across the room to stomping you in the floor. That's their next move. Forgot I got this gum in my mouth. That's their next move. They don't start progressing slowly. They go slide you. What they do is they gain your trust first, and then they slap you maybe the first time, maybe choke you a little bit, and then boom, it's all hands on deck. That's what they're gonna do. And you don't wanna don't fall for that. I'm telling you, if y'all teenagers are watching this, do not. And I'm telling you, ain't nothing cute about, I know I hear young college girls, freshmen, sophomores, thinking that the guys that come on campus trying to pick up the girls that's like 21, probably 21 to 25, trying to pick up the freshman and the sophomore, that's not cute. Y'all don't even have the mental capacity to deal with a man of that age. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to call anybody dumb or nothing like that. It's just the fact that your mental maturity is not there yet. They don't need to be focusing on y'all. They're picking on y'all because they know you don't have the mental maturity. And so they're picking on y'all because of that. They're doing that because they feel like they can talk to you any kind of way. They can flash you a little bit of money, $20, $40. They think because that's money to y'all, because y'all haven't hit the real world yet. And so that's what they're doing. So for you younger girls, you young ladies, stay away. Peer age is what you should be okay with. I'm just saying, when you get older, when you get more mentally mature, then if you want to date somebody older, then that's fine. But it's still, at any age, Physical abuse, mental abuse is never okay. Don't let nobody talk to you any kind of way. And you ain't at no time should anybody be yelling at you, degrading you, talking about your weight or anything like this, because you knew what it was when you first saw me. Okay, so if I'm a fat elephant 30 days from when you first met me, I was a fat elephant the first day you met me. And we ain't got to, that ain't nothing you got to bring up. Okay? So it is what it is, cuz. But that should not be something somebody should be bringing up and throwing up in your face. You know what I'm saying? You are thick, you are beautiful, you are whatever. You thin and slim and whatever. That's what you are. But should nobody be talking down on you and treating you any kind of way. And men the same way. A woman shouldn't be treating you bad. She shouldn't be calling you out your name, treating you bad, saying any kind of old thing to you. They shouldn't be doing that. Because women abuse men too, and that should not be happening. And she talking bad to you because you might be a soft-spoken guy. You may, some women like to push men to their absolute limit because they know he'll never hit a woman. Or he'll never, raise his voice and stuff like that. And some women know, a lot of men won't do that. And so they just try to take them to the extreme. First of all, women, don't be that woman. And men, you encounter somebody like that, get away from them immediately. Don't be sticking around creating drama. If she want to be the drama, let her be the drama by herself. Dig that hole by herself. Get away from her. Y'all do not have to stay. I try to tell my mentees that all the time. You do not have to stay in a situation. You may come into a situation, that mean you got to stay. I can't tell you how many people I encounter. As soon as I'm introduced, this is not for me. Good day. So, but that's it. That's all I got right now. Like I said, I know I'm jumping from point to point and da. But if I had a commentary, if I was doing this with someone else, it would probably make more sense. But I'm just doing this by myself, so I'm just kind of, a comment box right now. But those are my thoughts on the shows that I was watching, and just what I was thinking about trauma, and when you see the signs, when there are signs in people, you're dealing with psychopaths, and when you're dealing with narcissists, and when you're dealing with abusers, shoot, as soon as you see that first sign, get up out of there. Don't stick around. Don't waste your time. Because like I said, that first shake, that first throat grab, that first anything is going to turn into knockout dragouts. And ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? Because everybody got a family member like me. Don't give a single you-know-what. Pop right up. What's up, cuz? Just saying. I know I look kind of, my face swollen. But anyway, so anyways, y'all, these are just my thoughts. I love you. Whatever you're doing, be good or be good at it. And I will see y'all on the next episode. Bye.